All my life is art.
I'm always really happy doing my artwork.
But everybody deserves to feel amazing about themselves.
Art is everything.
Urban Paradise Gallery was started 3 years ago. It's a non-for-profit artist-run initiative located in the heart of Surfers Paradise.
The gallery is a great opportunity for people like myself who are trying to get a foothold in the art world here on the Gold Coast.
Every artist we have here is so different, and then a space like this is ideal.
This gallery has done a lot for me. I'm around other artists as well, which is great, so you get lots of inspiration.
As far as a co-op goes, you have artists designing the space, so you have a lot more scope for variety, diversity.
The gallery is best place on the Gold Coast for promotion emergence artists.
In general, about 7 or 8, up to 10 artists a month can exhibit their work here. As a non-for-profit artist-run association, we basically rely on the artists to run the space. In return, they don't pay any commission on the sale of their work. The artists that are exhibiting in the gallery have, on average, 10 to 20 years experience in the art. We have two prerequisites. You have to be a local artist, and you have to have a good level of craftsmanship and artistry. We also invite international artists, like for example, in the next couple of days, we're opening a new exhibition with artists from France. So when we do that, that part of the gallery works as a normal commercial side. As a non-for-profit, we look into helping other associations, and one of the things we done this year was working with Aboriginal artists from Pampura, and then promoted what they call ghost net art, which is basically sculptures made out of recycled fishing nets. We brought a whole lot of ghost net sculpture from Cape York to the Gold Coast. This exhibition was here for a couple of months, then it went to Monaco, then it's moved now to United Nations in New York. Also, part of the exhibition is actually in Paris as well right now. On the Gold Coast, it's quite important because we live in a very liberal kind of mentality. As a matter of fact, most of these people have incredible imagination, incredible talent, and they've got very little nurturing. Here, it seems to be not necessarily something that is of interest. So artists have to rely upon themselves. For me, having an art gallery or producing art is a political action. It's, you are standing up to yourself and to the people that should be representing you.
I paint contemporary religious iconography in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition. I've been training under master artist Karma Phuntsok. Iconography are the Buddhas depicted in the artwork. Each painting contains its own message.
My art basically is, I like stories. I am an illustrator as well. Now it's more or less fine art what I produce.
I run the photography studio that's just behind you here. I started off with landscapes 3 years ago, and then I did a few outdoor location shoots in the rainforest and beach, and then I came into here and did the studio work. Portrait photography from models to fitness to families to babies to small children. I've incorporated the photography with the artwork as well.
My background is in fashion, dance, also fire arts, so fire dancing. Trying to find different ways of presenting fashion. I'm not just a performance artist, I paint. Dabbled in lots of different art forms.
I come my first time in Australia 30 years ago in Darwin. It's my first contact with Aboriginal artists. And my painting is a dot Aborigine. When Aborigine paint with dot, it describe maps or he read life. Me is just dot, it's just technique.
I do people and I do nature as well, but people is that's my favourite thing that I like to do. I just love drawing, that's my happy place. I get inspired by seeing particularly emotion.
I'm a chemist by trade, so I studied chemistry at university in France. Worked in the industry for I think about 3 days until I realised this was not for me, and went and did an apprenticeship in sculpting. Taught me the basic about how to make sculptures, mold making, and basically also make a living out of your art. Because I work in the film industry and I did special effects, and body casting was my specialty, making body casts.
I do macro photography, cosplay photography as well, and wildlife photography, showing there's people that are willing to try new creations and things like that.
For our generation, I think it's very important that you do bring the young ones here. bring them in.
And meet other artists, that's also really important. There's some great artists here who have a lot of knowledge, and I'm hoping to tap into that as well.
For me, the Gold Coast is a good place for all artists. It's really best. When the people come and look your painting, it's very clear.
Art, well, it's everywhere. I mean, I'd love it if we had more galleries, more people being aware that the Gold Coast is the place to go, because there are such great artists here.
We need to go to the schools and educate children more, and probably we'll be implementing little workshops for schools to perhaps come here and have a look at the artwork.
We are, as artists, this is our job. It should be in the mainstream.
I think the whole world would be a better place if people took more notice of artists.